My name's Kenlee Eaglestone. I am an attorney. I focus on trademark and copyright law. Today I'll be talking to you about some things that are relevant to you as documentarians. If you're in a public place and you're taking footage of other people who are in a public place, provided they don't have a reasonable expectation of privacy in that place, you do not need permission to shoot them. So generally, if you're in a public place and you can see something, you can shoot it, no problem. If you're in a public place and you can see something like someone showering in their bathroom, you cannot shoot it because that person has a reasonable expectation of privacy in their home, in their shower, in their bathroom. There are also places in public, though, where people have reasonable expectations of privacy. Public restrooms, dressing rooms, doctor's offices, AA meetings. If you have a question about whether there might be a reasonable expectation of privacy, that would be a time when I would suggest getting permission. But otherwise, it's not going to be a problem to shoot people in public.
A few years ago, I lived in Denver, and my son was in college, and he came to me asking me if I would shoot some video for him for an assignment that he had. I said, sure. So we were in downtown Denver, and we were shooting in what I would deem to be a public area, and somebody came out of what turns out to be a bank building. Asked us what we were doing, and we were all, it was cordial and polite. Said, oh, I'm just helping my son with a school assignment. And he says, well, you're on private property, you're gonna have to leave. And I didn't believe I was on private property. So there's an easement. In most cities, the sidewalk belongs to the city or the county or the state, depending on the situation. And you have, in this country, the right to photograph and take pictures and video and things like that. This person seemed to think that I was on the bank property, but he never identified himself. He didn't advise us that he felt that we were trespassing and why. So I don't think he really did a very good job in doing that. He just ordered us to leave, like he's some just Joe citizen. So we just ignored him, went about our business, eventually left. We're just about done shooting the video for my son, and I'm literally just across the street waiting for the light to turn green to walk across to get in our car to leave. And two motorcycle cops come barreling down the sidewalk, and you would think, we were a couple of terrorists. And that's exactly how they approached it. They said, yeah, we had a report of suspicious activity. And eventually they let me go. But we were still both charged with trespassing. However, the case was later dismissed. We had to go to court, and literally just before we were to step in front of the judge, the city attorney is sort of reading the police report. He wants to hear what our side of the story is. And ultimately they dismissed the charges sort of under the pretense that the cop was a little overzealous and probably overreacted to a situation that was unnecessary.
So it depends on the kind of location, public versus private, obviously. And even public locations, you sometimes need permits. So it's really important to kind of look into where you'll be filming ahead of time. If you're shooting in a store or like a place that's technically private but pretty much open to the public, unless it's marked like no filming or no photography, you are allowed to film. However, if it is marked, even if it's like a little just picture of a camera with an X through it, it's considered trespassing if you proceed to film there. Also, if the owner or an employee tells you to stop filming and you continue to film, that's also trespassing. So it's important to stop if someone tells you to.